Hello there, welcome everybody. It's Diorama Don here. So I've got my Sherman tank. This is a tank that I made from 2mm cardboard, and the turret is styrofoam. I made a video on how I went about making it. If you'd like to refer to it, if you're interested. Saves a lot of money. Cost me absolutely nothing to make, or only a few pennies to make. Yeah, so refer to the video and you will see how I went about making it. So I want a diorama for my Sherman tank, and I want it to come through an arched building, or a building with an arch in it. So I've worked out the height and width of the arch that I need for the tank to come through, and I've made two of those. So one, it's only just a narrow building. It's an arched stone building leading to a French farmhouse, which they sometimes used to have, just the building that leads down the pathway to the farmhouse. And there'll be the sides of the building either side like that. Where's the other one? So that will be basically the building with the tank coming through the arch there. The roof will be slate, and the front will be stone. Okay, so I need to stick my four pieces together. Once I've done that, I will need to shutter the front and the side, or the parts that you will see anyway, because when I lay my tile grout, which is how I will make my stones, which I will do a little later, I need it to be shuttered so that when I pour it in, nothing was going to fall over the sides. So for the archway, I've made, well, the same shape obviously as the arch, and then ½ an inch bigger, and then cut out little grooves where the individual stones would be. So that will sit like that. So I've got that part shuttered there, and then on the sides I've made these coins or cornerstones, again 2mm, everything 2mm cardboard, and then scored down the middle so that folds at 90 degrees, and then that will sit on there like that, and you'll see the sides. So now I've got that part shuttered. So all I need is a piece along the bottom and a piece along the top on both sides, and I've got my area then to pour my tile grout in, so that I can wait for it to set and then mark out my stones. So rather than try to explain, I'll put all these pieces together, put my arch stones in and cornerstones, and then I'll come back and we'll see what the next part is. Okay, so put my building together, got my arch in and cornerstone. Where I'd scored down the cardboard, it left a gap when you put it on the corner, so just put wall filler in the gap down there, and then with your finger and thumb just draw down like that, and it makes a nice sharp edge again. Okay, so that's that. For the arch, I've had to put these fillers in the bottom here, so that I can attach the thin card that I used for the insert for the arch to go around the edge and then stick on the other side, which is this bit. So just a very thin, pliable card, cornflake packet type card like that. And I've made it wider than the arch is, so that when I stick that there, okay, I'll stick that there first, and then slowly sort of tack, if you like, tack weld or tack glue all the way around, slowly tacking all the way around with hot melt glue until I push the whole thing into the shape of the arch. And then when that's glued in place, then with a very sharp knife I can just trim off the edges. It's a lot easier to do it that way than trying to do it with the exact width to start with. Okay, so that's the arch. The roof, again, same pliable card again as I used for the arch. It needs to be a little bit longer than the width of the roof itself, and then divide into 3/8 of an inch square, whatever 3/8 of an inch is in millimeters. 8 millimeters, something like that. So divide it into a grid of 3/8 squares, and you will need twice. If you're putting tiles on this size or side of the roof, then you need a piece of card twice that width. Okay, so when you've got that grid, then cut them off at 2 squares at a time. So where are we? Cut along there, along there, along there. So you've got two squares, and then with a pair of scissors just cut up halfway, and you've already got it marked out where you need to cut up to. And then each strip will go along there like that, and then that alternate like that. So that will give you your tiled roof. Okay, easy. Okay, so that's the roof. Now what we need is the brick front. I've mixed, where is it? I've mixed some tile grout up. It may actually be going off a little bit too quickly now. It's not quite pliable enough, but I'll give it a go. I'll just do the end piece. I'll probably have to do the end, let that dry, and then do the front. So anyway, I'll put this on if I can. Oh dear, it's getting really stiff. Am I going to be able to do this and you see as well? Probably not. So I just need to put that on, and you see what I mean about the shuttering. I've got a piece along the bottom, the 2 coins on the side, and the roof is overhanging, so that will give me my shutter for this. And I'm going to have to be really quick. There, that's basically it. I'll get a damp sponge now and go over to reveal the cornerstones and bottom again, but then I'll have to leave it for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour or so, and then I'll come back, and then I'll start to mark out the stones. There we go, that's okay. So I'll just reveal these again with the damp sponge, and then I'll have to wait a while, and then where is it? Where is it? Just a very sharp barbecue stick. And like I say, once it's gone off, then I can mark out each stone as I want. Okay. Whatever size and shape I want each stone to be. Okay, so I'll be back in a moment, and we'll do the next bit. So while I was waiting for the tile grout to dry, I put my strips of tiles on, or slate. So we've got the roof done now, and I've already marked out all of the stones on the side. I probably had to wait about an hour and a half, something like that, and they're easily, it's not easy to do through a camera lens, but I can just sculpt whatever size stones I want, like so. Okay, I'll have to wait overnight now for it to dry completely, and then I'll put a lighter coloured tile grout over the top to show the mortar between the stones, and of course the front. So I'll go ahead and do all that, and that will be the building itself finished, and then all I need to do is set it onto a diorama base and we'll be somewhere near finished. So I'll go ahead and finish off the front anyway, and be back in just a moment. So I finished off my stone wall, just picked out all the sizes of the stone that I wanted on the front and the side like that, and I've started putting the mortar between the stones, and I've used a lighter coloured tile grout, mixed some of that up, and see, I've just started to do this area. So just put it on and make sure it goes in between the cracks of the stones, like it hasn't there, like that, and then just take off the surface with a damp sponge. Like that. So now we've got mortar between the stones. It will dry a bit too light, I think. So I'll put a black wash, just black acrylic paint with water, just to weather it down a bit when it's there. So now we've got mortar between our stones. So I'll do this side and all around the house. That will basically complete the house. We're not talking about house. The barn, the building, whatever it is. Then I'll just put it on a diorama base, just a very small one, with the tank peering out or coming out through the arch. So I'll finish it off now. Go ahead and finish it all off, and we'll come back and see what it looks like then. So finish my stone building off, put a little bit of foliage around the bottom just to make it look a little bit more realistic, and I think that's turned out reasonably well. I'm quite happy with that. So now I can put my Sherman tank coming through the archway like so. That will be a good way of showing off your recent model. Maybe back a bit more. There we go. And just a few little farmyard items just to make the scene look good. All these, by the way, I've made in previous videos, including the tank, the cart and the barrels. So please refer to those videos should you be interested. But I think that makes for a nice, decent looking diorama to show off your newly acquired military vehicle, whatever it may be. So I will leave it with you. Have a go yourself. Let me know how you get on. In the meantime, it is imperative that you press the subscribe button. Please press the button, press the notification bell, and then press the all button, and you will be notified when brand new videos come up. So again, thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next, and as always, I wish you the very best of happy modelling.